Happy New Year! With this year ending, it's time to go through all of the best makeup of 2024. With that being said, it's time for the Meg O Beauty Awards of 2024. Hey friends, it's Meg. I have to admit, 2024 was definitely a flop era for me. I feel like I wasn't as consistent as usual. My business was suffering, my mental health was suffering. There are moments of this year that I'm proud of and that I think were really great, and I have a lot to look back on that I'm thankful for and proud of. But as far as my journey as a content creator, this was definitely one of my worst years, if not the worst. As a result of that, I wasn't as excited to test makeup. But despite all that, there is a lot of makeup I discovered and that I started loving this year. I have been doing yearly favorite videos and blog posts for probably 13, 14 years. I've been around a long time. There's a lot to go through. And how I typically do these videos is that I like to mention products that I discovered this year. I do have some clips of me applying a lot of these products. I will absolutely have every single thing that I've mentioned in the description linked below for you for ease of shopping. I will also list shade names that I wear. Thank you so much for shopping through my links. They are affiliate links and I appreciate that. So this first product is a product that I use in a very specific way, and it is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Bronzing Serum. So bronzing drops have been all the rage. This came out from Physicians Formula. They do have that butter bronzer smell, so if you are very sensitive to fragrance, you might want to skip this. But if you want a good bronzing drop, this is amazing. And again, I use this only in a specific way. I am not self-tanned right now. I am embracing my pale self in winter. But whenever I've got a fake tan on, a lot of times I just love to put this all over my face, or I'll love to mix it in with the foundation to boost the glow. Other than that, I don't use it outside of that. I have got to tell you, the drugstore absolutely stepped it up this year in the brow department. We've got 3 amazing products, 2 brow gels, e.l.f. Brow Laminating Gel, and the Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue. Now these products are absolutely amazing at getting that frozen brow hair look. For the longest time I was using the Got To Be hair glue because that was the only thing that would push my brow hairs up and leave them in place all day. Enter these 2 products. Both of these are great. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Refi Brow Gel, but I honestly feel like this is so much better than that product. The Refi one leaves such a horrible white flaky residue. This does not. Same with this. I feel like it gives a little bit more hold and it dries down a little bit. This one, it tends to not get as dry, but I still love it. Like, I love these. And then this brow pen is better than any brow pen that I've ever tried. This is the Maybelline Build-A-Brow. So it's got a brow pen on one end and it is like this brush tip. So it's not a felt tip, it's a brush tip, which I love. And then on the other end is a little brow gel that I literally never use. But if you're the kind of person that just wants something like this, great. If you buy it for anything, buy it for the brow pen. Like, it is fantastic. You're gonna notice quite a few Huda Beauty items in this mix because I was on their radar this year. I got invited to a Huda Beauty event. They came to Houston and it was awesome. And I started experiencing a lot of their products that I didn't have much experience with before, and I fell in love with them. So there's a few that you're gonna notice here, and the first being their Faux Filter Color Corrector. This is in the shade Pink Pomelo, which honestly, it gives more of a peachy undertone than it does pink. My only gripe with this is that the container is messy. It is an amazing color corrector. I just use the tiniest dots, spread it with my finger on the under eye area, and let it dry down a little bit before I go in with my concealer, and it really just like cancels out those dark circles. I've got 3 foundations to mention, all of which I think were very innovative and really great foundations this year. So the first one is going to be the Urban Decay Face Bond Foundation. This is fantastic. It is medium buildable coverage. It's one of those where they're like, this is waterproof, it's all the thing proof. A lot of times I can wear this without having to set it, and it does stay in place really well, which is unheard of for me because I feel like I always have to lightly set my foundations with a little bit of powder. 2 others that are very similar are the e.l.f. Soft Glam and the Huda Beauty Easy Blur. So the Soft Glam, if you love the Haus Labs foundation, this is an amazing dupe to that. It's so similar. It's got that beautiful filtery, like full coverage, but you can build it like medium, sheer it out if you want. If you love Haus Labs, you are going to love this. The Huda Beauty Easy Blur was another fantastic foundation launch this year that I loved. I feel like it's beautiful, especially with a sponge. For some reason, this looks so good. Ash and I will use it with this brush, but I'll tap it out with a sponge and it looks so flawless. I have a little bit of a hot take here in that I think over 40, we should step away a little bit from the ultra dewy look because it really just emphasizes so much of your texture and lines and things like that. And going for things that are a little bit more blurred, a little bit more of a soft focus is so much better. Like, I like to add the glow in certain spots, but having more of an airbrush soft focus finish to my skin just makes me look and feel amazing. So speaking of blurred skin, the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder. I know this has been around, but I started using it this year and I get it. Like, it's so pretty. And I have it in the Cherry Blossom Cake shade, so it's a light pink, just great for my lighter skin tone. They have different shades based on what's gonna work best for you. This is so blurring, and I use it very sparingly on a powder puff under the eyes, or I will go in with a really small fluffy brush and spot powder with it along the face to blur the spots that I want to blur. So beautiful. I don't care if you're over 40. We have got to dispel some of these myths that like you can't use powder over 40. I'm gonna be talking about this a lot in 2025 because I feel like we've got to get over the super grease ball look. I'm over it. I'm over it. Okay, I promise this is the last Huda Beauty product I'm going to talk about today. These are her blush filter blushes, and they are so incredibly easy to blend. You put it on the cheek and you can even just tap it out with your finger and they just blend seamlessly. They don't pick up and like make your cheek look patchy or anything like that. They have like a nice little candy smell to it. It's not offensive. The shade that I really like is the Strawberry Cream shade. It looks a lot darker in the package than it does on the cheek. It really blends out into this really nice neutral pink color. This is another really great one if you're fair skin. This is the Cotton Candy shade. I like actually mixing these for whatever reason, I don't know, just to be extra. I've got two more blushes to talk about. The first being another cream blush. This is the Colourpop Lip and Cheek Balm. This is in the shade Larchmont Village, but all of the shades are beautiful. They sent me the whole range and I kind of pick one or two shades that I know I'm going to use a bunch. And this one is a really nice neutral mauve, and it does blend out so seamlessly, so beautifully. These kind of remind me a little bit of the Tower 28 blushes, even in the packaging. It's not 100%, but if you like those type of blushes, you're really going to enjoy this. And it doesn't feel like too greasy and sticky on the skin. I don't like that. Because remember, we're going away from the grease ball. Last blush we're going to talk about. This is definitely not a new product by any means, but it's one that I used so much that I just had to mention it. This is the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten in the shade Tropic Hues. I'm wearing the Huda and the Tropic Hues together, and I love this shade. You kind of don't even really need to wear a highlighter with it. It's kind of mixed with warm and cool tones. Got a little bit of gold shimmer in it, but it's not glittery. It's just like a healthy glow. It's got a little bit of lilac purple glow going through there too, so it's not gonna pull too coral. It definitely pulls neutral, but almost cool toned. It's really pretty. I'm not in a really big highlighter era. I have to admit, like, I've kind of been skipping it a lot because I feel like too much of it does emphasize things that I don't want to emphasize. Lines, texture, things like that. And so I don't reach for it as much as I used to. But one that I do love is from Revolution Beauty, and this is in the shade Rose Luster, and it reminds me so much of the Rare Beauty highlighters. So if you really like the Rare Beauty ones, this is so similar. It's not as silky soft, but once you get it on the skin, the effect that you get is nearly identical. With eyeshadow palettes, I am very boring this year. I usually am such an eyeshadow palette girl, but I've just not been into it as much lately. I've been into super simple eye looks. And I think that's sort of the trend that we've been seeing anyway, which is sad because I really love a good eyeshadow look. And I have a hot take here. I think it's because like a lot of these young girls just simply don't know how to do eyeshadow as good as us millennials do. So they're just like saying, well, this is out, so we're gonna do simple because we don't know how to do it. Because I really feel like it's like these young girls just don't know how to do eyeshadow, so they're decided that it's not on trend anymore. With that being said, this eyeshadow palette, I have used the heck out of this, okay? I don't think I've used much anything else besides this, and it is the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the neutrals. So he released, I have the original one, which I use so much as well, but then he released a second one, which has a little bit more neutral and a few cool tones in there. It is stunning. I just hit pan on this. I love this neutral transition shade in my crease. It is just everything that I love. I love a good matte eyeshadow palette, and this is so easy. I'm wearing it today with just a little bit of that Revolution highlighter in the inner corner, but that's it. It's such a pretty eyeshadow palette. It's such a like staple. And then this made me so happy this year. I don't even know if it's still available to purchase, but I had to mention it because it just made me so happy. I started content creation in the height of this palette. It is the Urban Decay Naked palette. It was such a beautiful nostalgic moment for me. I loved this palette back then. I loved it again. I've been using it quite a bit and it's just perfect. I don't know if you can still purchase it because they're like, it's limited edition. I don't care. I'm just going to mention it because they really just gave me a nice gift this year. Thank you, Urban Decay, for giving us this gift. One other like eyeshadowy type of product slash eyeliner. This is hard to find unless you go to Ulta. That this is the Essence Blend and Line eyeshadow stick. This is a gorgeous eyeshadow stick and it's so cheap, but it is again hard to find, but it's so creamy, so blendable. I love putting it on the eye and smudging it out with a smudger brush. It looks amazing. Or you can use it like a liner. Got a few mascaras to talk about. There were some great mascara releases this year. My favorite mascara, I don't even think was released in 2024. It might have been a year prior, and it's a pricey one. I can't believe I'm actually saying this because I've been such a drugstore mascara girl that for me to say this is my favorite mascara of the entire year is a little crazy, but I don't care. It's the YSL Lash Clash Mascara. Say that 5 times fast. Lash Clash Mascara. I don't know why I love it so much, but it's like this big fluffy sort of shape to the bristles. It's like a natural bristle fiber, but for some reason every time I use it my lashes look incredible. Full, separated, volumized, lengthened. It's a drier formula. I do not like wet formula mascaras, so if you don't like a dry formula you're not gonna like this. It's also very budge proof. It's kind of hard to remove. That's the only thing with this is that it's a bit hard to remove, but that does not matter because it doesn't move and it looks amazing. My second favorite of the year was the e.l.f. Lash Extender Mascara. This is a tubing mascara that e.l.f. released that they're trying to channel the Thrive mascara. It's really good. I actually really love it for my lower lash mascara. So I'm wearing the DIY lash extensions from Flutter Habit right now, and I always love to put a mascara on my lower lashes, and I'll always use like a tubing mascara because it's easy to remove, but it's budge proof, and the lash extender is great for that. So if you love a tubing mascara, please try this. It was such a fabulous release. I loved it. The last mascara I wanted to mention this year is the L'Oreal Panorama Mascara. This was a release from this year. At first, I didn't love it because it felt too wet, but as this mascara dried out a little bit, I loved it. It definitely gives that length, that separation, that volume. It's budge proof. It's almost like a tubing mascara. Like I can't quite figure out if this is a tubing formula or not. It's almost like a hybrid. Let's get to some lip liners. I only have one lip liner, but in 3 shades to show you. And it is the e.l.f. lip liners.
These are only $2. How did they do it? I don't know, but they're freaking amazing.
Oh my god, e.l.f. I can't. And this shade in particular, Baddest Beige, is an incredible dupe to Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut lip liner. I have a video I can link below comparing this to the Makeup Forever because it is a fantastic dupe. And then this Pinky Swear one is giving Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, like very similar. And then this is the Red Receipt one. If you're looking for a great red liner, which I always like to have a great red liner on hand because I love to wear a red lipstick, please, for the love of God, try one thing from this video. It has to be these $2 e.l.f. lip liners. And if you're not using a lip liner, where have you been? We are on the lip liner train. Down to the very last category for this Beauty Favorites Meg O Beauty Awards of 2024, and that is the lipstick lip gloss things. And the first one that I am wearing on my lips is another YSL product. This is in their Candy Glaze in the shade 15. It is this pretty cool tone neutral. like pinky neutral. YSL confused me with all of the changes that they made to their lip products, and they changed the name of certain things. I was confused. However, this is their Candy Glaze, which went viral. This formula went viral. It is a beautiful formula, but this shade in particular, I just think is so pretty. Is there probably something like that for less expensive? Probably. I promise this is the last high-end product, and it is absolutely ridiculous, the price of this lipstick, but you have to hear me out that it's absolutely gorgeous. I will show a video on the screen of me applying it. It is the Prada matte lipstick, and this is in the shade R2A. First of all, the packaging is insane. I went to an event that my friend Margaret hosted with Huda Beauty at Nordstrom, and they gifted us these lipsticks, and I was just kind of like, okay, another red lipstick, but I put it on and I was like, oh, this is pretty. This is special. And what's special about it is that not only is it like super comfortable, you just put one swipe, one layer of it on, and it lasts really well. I mean, if you're eating a greasy hamburger, it's going to come off, but if you're just kind of wearing it, like I wore it to the theater all night and it lasted so well, it's beautiful. If you are a red lipstick connoisseur, trust me when I say you've got to try this. This has been super popular this whole year with good reason. It is the e.l.f. lip oil, the Glow Reviver lip oil. They're really pretty. They're so hydrating, juicy, moisturizing. They smell a little minty, which is nice. I think they're channeling the Dior lip oil with these. I'm not mad at it. These are like $6, something like that. And I've gone through a few of these and they're gorgeous. So this is the pink quartz shade, but I also like the rose one. They're all really lovely. If you haven't tried the e.l.f. lip oil, please give it a try. They just released some shimmery ones too that I'm definitely gonna go get. This was a surprising favorite because I'm not really into lip plumpers, but I really enjoyed this one from Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the Plump formula. It is pretty spicy. Like for it being a drugstore product and then it to be this spicy, it really does plump the lips. I really enjoyed this tone of the lip gloss. It's called Pink Sting, and it's this like milky cool tone pink that looks amazing on top of a lot of different neutrals, even on top of just like a lip liner, like one of those e.l.f. lip liners, and this on top I felt like looks so good. It is spicy. If you don't like lip plumpers, skip it. And then the very last product that I want to mention today, this was a sleeper favorite that I felt like I really needed to mention because I didn't talk about it much, but I was using it all the time. And it is the Physicians Formula Butter Tinted Lip Conditioner. And it's this very interesting packaging, and it has this pretty flat applicator. It has that coconutty, tropical Physicians Formula type of smell to it. And it's such a slippery, lightweight, feels like you're putting a lip treatment on, but it has a tint to it. It's this gorgeous color, this gorgeous neutral. It looks beautiful with a lip liner or by itself, and it's so pretty. What is the shade on this? Brazilian Berry. There you go. I don't know if they even have a lot of shades in this, but it was a very impressive lip product. I don't feel like many products are like this at all. All right, friends, that is all I have for the 2024 Meg O Beauty Awards. Thanks for sticking by and being an amazing community for me, especially with a year where I just felt like there was no place for me in the digital creator world. I felt like my time was up. I felt like it's over, gotta do something else now. But something has kept me here, and I know I'm not done yet, so thank you for being here. Even if it's been sporadic, even if I've been inconsistent, you're still here. We're still doing the thing. Hopefully in 2025, I want to be more helpful to you. I want to be a great resource for you. I don't want to just be someone that you swipe through and you're like, oh, that was cute, and you keep going. I want to be that person that's like, you want to come back to because I've got something to share that really helps you. That's my goal in 2025. Stay tuned. We have a lot of stuff coming, a lot of ideas. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year. Have an amazing 2025. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.